do it. We are
Let's do
recording in
it.
3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Zachary Reality. It is Zachary Reality, and we have a lovely special guest here today, Hannah from Love Island, USA.
Hi.
Hannah, how are we
Hi.
doing today?
I am doing okay. Not gonna lie, I just got back home 2 days ago from
Okay.
Fiji, and I'm just trying to take everything in. It's a lot to get used to coming back into reality from, being in a villa, not knowing the date, not knowing the time, literally
Mhm.
having no connection to the outside world. It is very I'm not gonna lie, it's very weird coming back into the real world, but it's gonna take some time to get adjusted. But I'm
Yeah.
doing the best that I can.
I always find it so cool how Love Island is able to put out the episodes so quickly in real time. So I can't even
Yes.
imagine, like, what is it like being now removed and, like, are you gonna watch all the episodes, right?
That's the thing. I had to think about it a lot because it's like, this was my real life. These are my real emotions. Nothing is scripted. It's all really how I felt. So, I have seen a little bit, I'm caught up with the drama with the tea, and I have seen, I haven't watched everything yet because it's going to take me time to want to fully watch everything. But, I've seen the tea and I've been seeing what's going on, and I've been seeing myself a lot. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Is it just gonna take you time to kind of process everything that just happened, or is there just too many episodes because they put a new one out every night?
They're fast. They're quick with it. I mean, they're like,
Yeah.
do, 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 do. Like, let's get it out. Let's get it out. But it's just like, those are my real feelings. And it's just hard to, I'm literally, when I watch it, I relive it because,
Yeah.
I mean, that was me. Those are my real emotions. So, yeah, I've seen a little bit, but I haven't watched everything 100%. But I am pretty, caught up to date. And I've been seeing all the crazy tea happening and the drama. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. I definitely want to ask you some of your hot takes, but I know you really got close to a lot of the girls on the show. I mean, we
I
saw
did.
everybody rally around you and hug you. So I feel like we need to know like how Leah's doing. So I need you to keep up just because your girls are on there, you know?
I was gonna say I've been seeing my girl all over the internet. My girl's like a hot sensation. I mean, they're going crazy for Leah. But
Hmm.
I mean, that was my girl. Leah and Liv were the girls that I was closest to in the villa. Obviously, I was very good friends with everybody. You get close to
Hmm.
everybody, but those were the girls that I felt like I could confide in and just tell them everything. And I was literally there seeing all the Leah and Rob drama unfold in my eyes, which is it's just so crazy how everything has played out because
Yeah.
in my opinion, they had the strongest connection, Rob and Leah, from the beginning. And I'm pretty sure you guys as the viewers could see that as well.
Yeah.
They had so many things in common. They were talking about doing things on the outside world, and things in there just move so fast.
Mhm.
For the viewers to see it, they're like, why do you have so many feelings for this person? But it's because we're literally living together, we're sleeping together, we're doing everything together. You don't know the day, you don't know the time, you don't have a phone. So, you really get to know these people and make genuine connections. So the feelings are very real.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, I see it on the screen. It's so crazy, but I want to kind of get back to the
Yes.
beginning, and I need to know
Mm-hmm.
like how did you get on Love Island? How did you get on the show? And have you seen it
Sure.
before?
So how I got onto Love Island, I was actually reached out to on Instagram by a casting director. They sent me a DM in my requested DMs, and they're like, "Hey, like, would you want to be on Love Island?" And I literally thought it was a joke. I thought it was like a fake DM. I was like, "Do I want to be on Love Island? Like, what?"
Sure.
And so, the casting director just kind of asked me some questions about myself. Where do I live? What do I do for work? Have I ever been on reality TV before? And then the casting director told me, fill out this application and we'll move forward and see what happens. So I just, I didn't put too much hope in it, but I was like, you know what? I'll just fill it out and see what happens. And then after that, just things started rolling. And honestly, it is a very long process to even,
Hmm.
get, further with the process and everything. But I did it all, and here I am. I was one of the first 5 girls in the villa. I was an OG, and it's just so crazy to think a DM changed my life.
Yeah, and I need to
Very
know how
crazy.
do you pack for Love Island? Because the fits were fitting. You looked absolutely
Thank
fabulous. Your
you.
makeup
Thank
looked so
you.
good. I loved the pink
Thank
blush. So
you.
it's like, how do you pack all
Thank
that
you.
makeup and clothes and everything?
I'm not even gonna lie. I got a call basically like 3 days before telling me that I need to pack for 2 months to go to Fiji, and I was freaking out. I mean, I'm still working and everything, doing bottle service, and I'm like, okay, now I got to tell my job because I worked at a nightclub and then I worked at a lounge as well. So I'm like, how do I even tell them? You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
can't tell them like, oh, hey, I'm leaving for 2 months to go on Love Island. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so honestly, I didn't know that I was going to go, but I did start ordering some clothes just to
Mhm.
have them, just in case the possibility that I might go on. And literally, like the day before, I went to Ulta, Sephora, Target. I just was
Yeah.
throwing stuff in the cart. And I was like, let me buy press ons, let me buy lashes, because you
Yeah.
don't get maintenance out there.
Mm.
Like you can't get your nails done, you can't get your toes done, can't get your lashes done, can't get your hair done. So you have to be prepared for these type of things. But
Yeah.
honestly, I still did not come prepared as I should have. But I literally just threw every outfit that I thought might be cute in the bag, and I said, well, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta pack with, like, light clothes, like, clothes that don't have a lot of fabric and material, but I also
Yes,
love seeing the girls in the glam room, like, that is, like, the gossip session, that's the
that's the
tea
gossip
session,
room.
so I love when you guys take your time, but you did bring up being an OG girl, and I do have a fan question from Joan
Sure.
Trioska. She says, what did she say? She said, "If she had a choice, would she be an OG or a Casa girl? Like, did it matter to you?"
No, for me, I wanted to go in as an OG. I honestly was
Mm,
like, if I don't go in as an OG, I was kind of skeptical. Like, I would have still taken the opportunity to go in Casa, but I feel like just going as an OG, you get to know everybody right off the
mhm.
bat, rather
Yeah,
than coming in as a bombshell. Everybody's already coupled up, and it is kind of awkward to, just pull everybody's guy and be like, hey, like, do you want to get to know me, even though you're already coupled up? So I was very glad that I was brought in as an OG, and I got to meet all the guys, I got to meet all the girls right away, and we all made connections. So I'm
mm.
very glad that I was an OG.
Yeah, and we'll talk about some of these guys, but I have another fan question from Amanda Jenkins.
Sure.
She says, "How did she learn how to twerk like that?"
That's so funny. They would always be like, twerk, twerk, twerk. And I'm like, okay. Honestly, I don't even know if I looked okay. I probably looked like like looking
No,
crazy.
everyone loved
But
it.
it just moves. You just gotta shake it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it just be moving back there.
Yeah. Now
Don't really
let's
know how I learned, but it
yeah,
just
you
moves.
you killed it. Let's talk
Thank
about the boys.
you.
Let's talk about the boys or the men. We saw
Yes.
you with Kendall. Now you did kind of say on
Mhm.
After Sun that it felt like a couple by default. Do you kind of still feel like that
Yes.
and like how it started and what was, what drew you to him in the beginning?
So obviously, Kendall was not my first pick. Coy was my first pick, but me and Kendall got coupled up as default. And we literally, when we got coupled up, we're like, let's just have fun with it. Let's get to know each other. And, like, we're here, we're with each other. Like, let's get to know each other the best that we can. So we really did, we pulled each other for chats. We were around each other 24/7. And we just had so much fun. We did grow such a fun connection. I literally said he was the boy version of me. We had so many things in common. Me and him are like the class clowns in the villa. Like, we made everybody laugh. He was just so fun. He could talk to anybody. That's why I liked being around him. And then we actually got, to know each other on a personal level and talked about our past, our
Mhm.
traumas. I have a lot of trust issues. I've never been in a relationship. I,
Yeah.
you have to ask questions like this to get to know somebody. And I also asked him, what are you looking on the outside world? Because this does end. This doesn't last forever. Could I see something with you on the outside world? So, we did really have something. But obviously, as you guys saw, Hakeem came in. Things got
Mhm.
kind of stirred up with that. And to be honest, things just started dying out. It just faded out. It was more leaning towards a friendship connection. And it was very mutual between both of us. I knew that it was coming, because for me, we would have like a conversation every day, kind of like, oh, check in. How are you? How are you doing? And that was basically it. And for
Yeah.
me, it just wasn't progressing how I wanted it to. I felt like I needed more reassurance from him, and we would have a conversation and then I would leave and I would always still feel confused. I didn't get what I needed. So,
Yeah. You
yeah,
know when a
just
relationship is like going this way or if it's going like
Yes.
plateau. But you did say
Yes.
on After Sun as well that you maybe had some regrets and that you kind of wish that things worked out differently with him. Do you still feel like that?
I mean, I do in a way. Obviously, now that I'm back home, I really have to think about things. But I'm not gonna lie. Like I did start to have feelings for him. I really did enjoy being around him, and it was just so much fun. And I genuinely do think he is such a great guy. He has such great qualities to him, and he's just a guy. And he'll get along with anybody. You know what I mean? Like anywhere he goes, he's gonna make friends. And that's the kind of guy that I wanted. I want a guy that is fun and outgoing and just, makes everyone around feel comfortable. That's why I really enjoyed being around him. And I just feel like, things just died out and we didn't progress, but I wish, we could have seen, if it would have went farther with the circumstances given. But at the end of the day, I feel like everything happens for a reason. So,
Yeah.
obviously there's something else better out there for me.
No, I know. And I hope that your DMs get flooded now that all these guys
They
know that you're
are.
home. Okay, good.
I
Keep us
don't
in the
even
loop.
I don't even know where to begin. Like, I'm like, you guys can just take the phone back, to be honest. It is like too much for me to even try to respond to people. It's
Yeah,
very hard
totally.
right now.
Yeah, let's talk about the 50-50. I love what you said. You're like, you don't need to tell a guy like everything that's going on with another guy you're dating, but when you're on Love Island and we're all in the same villa, it's kind of hard to ignore those things and avoid those things. So
Yes.
how did you truly like manage dating two guys at once?
I'm not gonna lie, it was hard because going in, I was going off of the real world, and you can't do that. Love Island is a game, it's not the
Mm,
real world. You literally have to pull everyone for chats. You have to do things that you're not comfortable with because in the real world, I'm not going up to men and be like, hey, can I pull you for a chat? Would you like to
yeah.
chat with me? Like, I'm
Can I
not
stay
doing
here
that
for
in
a
the real
second?
world. Yeah, can I take you for a
Yeah.
minute? Like, would you like to get to know me? And so it was hard because obviously I always would say to everyone, Kendall is my number one, but Hakeem came in. He was my type. I found him attractive. We had really good chats in the beginning. He was very fun. With Hakeem, he was more direct with me and gave me the answers that I needed. With
Mm,
Kendall, I always felt like I needed more reassurance.
mm,
Like with Hakeem, I knew straight up he wanted me. With Kendall, I knew he wanted me, but there was some doubts. And
yeah.
that's kind of what made me 50-50. I chose Kendall because we were coupled up from the beginning and I just knew him more. Like
You
I
trusted him.
I trusted him more than Hakeem because Hakeem came
Mm,
in as a bombshell and I'm thinking, well, is he just telling me things because he wants to be coupled up or does he really like me? But I do feel like Hakeem really liked me. I actually do think he liked me because he got very upset in that recoupling. And I mean,
mhm.
he was pissed. He was going off on me. Like, I was pissed. I was like, there's no way you're coming at me like this right now. So that's
Yeah.
what turned me off from him. And I didn't even want to see anything else with that. I was like, you know what? I just saw your true colors. And the fact that you couldn't pull me to the side, you had to
Mm,
do this in front of everybody on national TV. That pissed me off really bad. So I was like, you know what? You showed me everything I need to see. Like that was
yeah.
enough for me.
Like, because even if things like plateaued with Kendall, he was still a better option because there was more respect there and there was more loyalty there, and it
Yes.
it felt like that too. A couple other juicy questions. Joan says,
Sure.
would Leah send Andrea home just to slide back in with Rob?
uh, yeah, that's a good question. To be honest, I feel like Leah and Rob were done. She was
Yeah,
to the point in real life where she was like, no, like fuck Rob, like this
yeah.
is it for me. You know what I mean? But I honestly could see maybe that she would want to do that. But I think at that point she was just over it. She's like, have fun with her. Like it is what it is. I feel like, to be honest, the girls just had to make the best decision. At the end of the day, they were not going to send Janae home. That's pretty
Mm,
clear. She was an OG. She came in with all of us. We got to know her. She was our girl. They're not going to send her home. They want to see it
yeah,
out for her. But Nicole and Andrea, I mean, it would be probably 50-50 for them because they both came in. They're bombshells. They're newer girls. And although they both were forming connections with two different guys, Andrea with Rob and Kendall with Nicole, I don't know. I just feel like maybe Andrea, might have not fit in as well, or that's how it may have seemed to them.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably why they chose her. But I
Yeah.
saw Rob got pissed. I mean, that man was ready to pack his bags and go. But the thing about Rob is he's very dramatic.
Mhm.
Like, so it's just like, man, calm down. You know you're not gonna leave. You realistically met this girl like 4 days ago. Like,
Yeah.
obviously you like her, and things move very fast in there. They don't move like with the outside world. You're sleeping with these people, you're doing life with them. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do get how their connection grew really fast because you're around them and you're doing everything together. But I was like, he's not gonna leave. Like,
Yeah,
but for
because
a second I thought he might because he's a wild one. You never know what you're gonna get with him. So
yeah, because Joan also says, does she think sending Andrea home was the right choice? Is she as mad as I am at Andrea for making rude comments about her body slash her in the gym?
So I do have to tell you about that because how they put the clip out, everybody was like so pissed that she said that. But it's like, to be honest, it wasn't really like that in real life. Andrea was never mean to me. Like, we
Mhm.
actually became not like great friends, but we were cool with each other. Like, she's from Miami, I lived in Miami, we knew mutual people. Like, we were cool. Like, we were talking about hanging out on the outside world. Like, there was really, in real life, there was no like animosity between us. She was not mean to me. It's just how they portrayed her and put the clip out, because she
Yeah.
would always ask me, she's a personal trainer, she would always ask me, like, why don't you work out with me? And I would literally have a tub of gummy worms in my hand and a tub of chips, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna go eat instead. I'll just tan over here, you guys have fun. And then Miguel comes in, and Leah's like, oh, go work out with him. So I went and worked out. I honestly did it as a joke. I didn't know this man was really going to get me in there, like, going crazy. And then they caught a clip of Andrea saying, like, oh, she never works out. This is her first time working out. So I get it. The viewers think that comes off as shade. But literally after that, in the kitchen, she's like, so all I had to do this whole time was just be a hot guy and have an accent, and you would have worked out with me. So like, it was really funny, to be honest. Like, she
Yeah,
wasn't throwing shade, in my opinion. You
that's
know,
fair. That's fair.
yeah.
Okay,
So I
last
wasn't offended by it.
good. Okay, last fan question from Bravo Breaking News. If she could pick any boy to couple up with now who's still on the island, would it still be Kendall or someone new?
I'm not gonna lie. It would either still be Kendall, or I would have really liked to get to know Miguel more. Miguel was
Mhm.
definitely my type. When he came in, I was like shocked. I really wanted to get to know him. He was fine, flirty, fun. He just knew what he was doing. I mean, he was a great bombshell. Like, that
Mhm.
man
Yeah.
knew what he was doing, and I really did want to get to know him. I think everybody did, to be honest. I mean, look at the guy. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
That's what it
He's
showed too.
good.
Everybody was like lining up. They're about to leave their mans. Really
Oh
did that.
yeah, we all literally pulled him for a chat. So
Quite
Miguel
literally.
definitely would have been someone if I was still in the villa, I would have definitely been pulling him for some more chats.
Yeah. Is there like a favorite Love Island catchphrase you have? Like, I love, can I pull him for a chat? Or, like some of the
I do
funny,
say that a lot. I'm like, can I
I
pull
got a
you?
text.
I've been saying that in the real world now too. I'll be like, can I pull you for a chat, please? Like, I'll
Mhm.
just joke about that. But I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, I don't know if you saw my clip where I went into the room, when we were all just kind of chilling, and I put on Cordell's outfit and Hakeem's shoes. And then literally I was like, what up, is Big D from Atlanta, Georgia? And that literally stuck through the whole thing. So, some people are like, what is Big D? And I'm like, Big D was me. Like, that's what they called me. So that was like a joke around the villa. And then I saw like the sweet messages that they left for me after, and they're like, the villa won't be the same without Big D. So yeah, Big D was definitely a thing in the villa as well.
I love that. I want to talk about your elimination. It was very sad. It also kind of sucks that they're like doing it one at a time. So it's like, when do you know that you're probably going home, or this might be the end for you? Like, how many guys picking girls in are we like, all right, it's my time?
I'm not gonna lie, the whole entire day, I kind of knew. I knew it
Mm,
was coming because obviously myself, I knew I didn't have a strong connection with anybody. Like, I went in there and I got to know everybody, and I did the best that I could do, but I realistically didn't did not have a strong connection. It was more of just like me being around my guy friends. There was no romantic spark. Obviously me and Kendall for a little bit, but that died out. I knew, the only kind of little hope that I had was Cordell, because we did have two good chats, but I just knew like Cordell likes Serena. Maybe
Yeah.
if it wasn't Serena up there and it was someone else, he would have chose me as a friend because we were really good friends. But I'm like, there's just no way. I kind of knew. And Serena whispered in my ear. I told her, I was like, I'm going home. And she's like, no, he said he's 50-50 between us. And I was like, no, he's not. Like, I just knew. So for me, it sucked that I didn't have a connection, but it was just harder for me because these people became my family. I
Yeah.
got so close with them. I was with them every day. And so it just really was so sad to leave everybody. And those were my girls. I was really good friends with the guys, so it was really sad. It was pretty emotional.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was sad.
mean,
It was sad too when they put the music on and everyone's
I was like,
crying.
they know how to do all that. Like,
Yeah, of
it was,
course. Love
it
Island
was
always
very
has the
sad.
best they have the best music and they know when to play it
They
throughout the
know what
episode.
they're doing, I'll tell you that. But no,
Yeah.
honestly, it was very sad leaving, and when I left, I did think about it and I'm like, dang, like I do wish, to be honest, I could have lasted longer. And I am seeing the comments that a lot of people wish I would have lasted longer too and they wanted more of me, but
Mhm.
that's not the end for me,
Yeah,
more
always
will be coming.
leave them wanting more. That's what they say.
Yes, yes.
So,
They
it was
want they
so
want to see
sad.
more.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well, now
excited for
that
what's to come.
yeah, and speaking of what's to come, are we rooting for any couple? Is it a little premature to say who we think could win?
So at the moment, and being there in real life, I can tell you, I definitely see Aaron and Kaylor. I see them going pretty far because knowing them in real life and seeing their connection just grow and flourish. They were so comfortable around each other. They were best friends. They even said that on the show. We're best friends, and you can just see it in real life. They just have
Mhm.
so much fun together, and like they don't care, and they're just very cute together. So I see it going pretty far.
Okay, I'm
I'm
so
rooting for
excited to
them.
see what's gonna happen as well. Before I let you go, I wanna ask about Ariana Madix,
Oh,
Selly,
I
Deb.
love them. I literally love them.
What
Oh
was
my
it
gosh,
like working with
Ariana.
them?
They're my girls. Ariana is so beautiful in real life. When she would come in, we would just stare at her. The first time I saw her when I went in the villa, I'm like, she literally looks like a perfect Barbie doll. Like everything about her is just so perfect. And then I met Selly as well. And it's so funny because, seeing her on the show before, I was like, Selly and me would get along so well. I feel like we have the same personalities and we're very funny and like we just don't care. And so when I met her in real life, I was like, oh my gosh, like, can you be my friend, please? Like, I
Yeah,
literally love them both. They're such great people.
and I
Beautiful.
I love what Selly's doing with her red hair right now. I think it looks
She
so
looks
good.
so good. She is
So
so
good.
beautiful. I love her. I can't say enough great things about both of them.
Oh, no, totally.
I'm like,
Before
please hang out with me. Like, can
yeah.
we hang out
Can I
now?
be a co-host on After Sun? Like, bring me back anytime.
I'm not even kidding. I would love to do it. I was very scared going in because I've never done reality TV. Like I've never made like talking videos or anything like that. But you forget about the cameras. You forget you're being recorded. You forget you're mic'd
Mhm.
up. Like you're literally just living in the moment. It's all very real. Nothing is scripted. It's very, very real.
Like, it has to be considering that they get the episodes out so quickly, so it's, like,
Yes, it's
such live
very
footage.
real. Nothing is fake in there. It's all very real, and it's an emotional roller coaster in there. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
I was going through it.
Yeah. Is there anything else that we need to kinda cover? Any misconceptions, anything cut out, anything you wanna clear up, or maybe just, like, your biggest takeaway from the experience?
Hmm. I mean, just my biggest takeaway from this experience is that, this was a once in a lifetime experience. I am so glad that I had this opportunity. I met my friends for life. They're such great, amazing people. Every single one of them in there, they knew what they were doing with this cast. They chose great people. And I'm so excited to be back into the real world and, use what I learned in the villa on the outside world. And, I'm ready to meet someone and I'm ready to be vulnerable. I'm ready to have these conversations because before going in, I was not vulnerable. I had a lot of trust issues. I was not really ready, but it opened me up. And, I just see things so differently now. So I'm very grateful for my experience.
Oh my gosh, I love to hear it. I love the growth. Thank you so much for coming on
Yes.
and being vulnerable and spilling some
Yes.
tea. Where could everybody follow you on Instagram?
Absolutely.
Because the DMs are open, people. So now's your chance.
The DMs are definitely open. My Instagram is HVSXOXO, and my I'm like, I can't even talk. TikTok as well,
Okay,
HVSXOXO. So you
I
guys can
love
follow
it.
me there.
Yes, I will leave her links in the description down below. Everybody go follow Hannah. Thank you
Thank
so much for being here. And
you.
thank you all so much for watching and listening. And we will chat with you guys very, very soon. All right. Bye, Hannah.
Yay! Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.